Ellen McCauley. I'm at Pray It Off in Syracuse, New York. And you know, it's the holiday season, and we always think we're supposed to be happy and full of joy. But the holiday season can be stressful, and many people get depressed this time of year because things aren't the way they used to be. Maybe our children are grown up. Maybe they've moved away. Maybe some of them aren't even speaking to us anymore for whatever we may have done wrong in our lives. Maybe, unfortunately, some are gone. Some of the people we love are in heaven. And they won't be back. You know, sometimes I could cry right now thinking of our best Christmas when we got these Barbie dolls. And I don't even know how my mother afforded a Barbie doll for all three of us. But I remember looking at the Barbie doll thinking, did I die and go to heaven? I have a Barbie doll? Are you kidding me? In an extra outfit? What? And my mother worked so hard to make those Christmases so special. And I miss her. And that's what happens sometimes at the holidays. We get depressed because things aren't the way they used to be, or things can never be the way they were, and we might overeat or overdrink or compensate for it. And you know what we really need to do is just be present. Things might not be the same, but it is what it is. And remember, I told you that Bob was saying it so much. No matter what happened, he'd say, it is what it is, it is what it is. And I said to him, you are allowed to say that one time a day. So now he says, it is what it is, and that's my one time for the day. So this is my one time for the day. Christmas is what it is. And if we remember what it's all about, Lena stopped by my house and gave me the 33 days to Eucharistic consecration, and Bob's like, how are you going to have time to read another book, Ellen? Because I've got quite a few on the go. But I said, I don't know, I feel compelled to read this. It's life-changing, because if we think about Jesus, his love for us was so great that he never left us. He gave us the Holy Spirit, and he gave us his body and blood that we can take and have as part of us every time we go to Mass. It is special. It is what Christmas is all about. And if we remember that, it is so special. And you know, it's so funny because we always had a real tree. For 34 years, Bob and I had a real tree. And over the past year, since we retired, we've been remodeling. And we have very expensive carpet in the family room. Before we had crappy old stuff, the water would leak, needles would be everywhere. Who cares, right? But we have brand new carpet. So we actually got, and I shopped everywhere. I looked and looked and felt those things. We have the most real fake tree you'd ever want to see. I mean, I challenge people to look at that tree. And you know, it's a change. But I walk by it and I do this, I go, it's beautiful. I love it. So sometimes you have to change, and it's not the same, but it's still good. And I was asking God, this session we talked about aging well, and I asked God, what do you want for next session? What do you want the theme to be? And over the past few weeks, things have been coming to me about what he wanted the theme to be. And then I went to Mass on Sunday, and Deacon Bob was talking about joy. And I was saying, that's it, isn't it, Lord? You want this group to concentrate on living with joy and losing weight and getting healthy at the same time. Because we live in a challenging world where sometimes it's hard to live with joy. Hard. So that's what session 33, we're going to talk about living with joy and getting healthy at the same time. And sometimes the things about the holidays that's the most difficult, you love your family, and you kind of like can't stand your family also, right? And they drive you crazy, and they have these idiosyncrasies, and you know what? Just let it, like, they are what they are. You just accept it. It is what it is, and that's my one time again for the day. Now I know why he says it so many times. Also, they are who they are. Just give them some space. If they tell the same annoying story again, have another beer, okay? Just write it on your sheet. That's all I'm saying. Just write it on the sheet. Be in the present moment, because guess what, everybody? That's all we got. That's all we got is right here, right now. That's all that is promised. Right here, right now. And let's enjoy it. If it kills us, let's enjoy it, okay? Also, we just have to stop sometime and say, this isn't how I thought it was going to be, but Jesus, I trust in you. I'm going to go into more detail in session 33, but I substitute taught at 6th grade in a city school on Friday and Monday. I will never do it again. It was one of the worst experiences of my life. And I will tell you more details in session 33, but I'm glad I did it. I learned so much. And Friday was so bad, I took in holy water from Lourdes. And I'm blessing the room. I'm blessing. I said, oh, Mary, Blessed Virgin, we got this now. Those kids are going to be so good because there's holy water. They were worse. So anyway, let me just tell you, you learn from every situation, and you just say, Jesus, I trust in you. I'm supposed to be learning something here. And here's what I learned. We need to pray for those kids. Amen. We need to pray for them. Also, we need to sometimes recharge. We've got nothing planned for Monday. Did you hear what I said? We've got nothing planned? Do you mean it's a day? I'm sure something will come up, but doesn't that feel good sometimes to have nothing planned? Yeah. People say, are you ready for Christmas? I said, you bet I am. I'm ready. I'm ready. Bring it on. Also, embrace diversity. You know, if your family comes in and they want to talk about politics, let them. Just don't get involved. You know, you can say, oh, this is a politic-free zone. Good luck with that. Also, volunteering is so important, even if it's small things. Like, I went up to this guy at church and I said, hey, where's your mom? I haven't seen her. And he goes, oh, she got your card, but she's in Peregrine now. So I said, I will go to Peregrine before Christmas and I will see her. Little things like that to make a difference in people's lives. Exercising, guess what? I couldn't believe it. I said, wait a minute, the gym is open on Christmas Eve and December 26th. Can't you close? Because if my class is open, that means I got to go. So there I'll be on December 24th and December 26th in my exercise class. So that's what we need to do, okay? Have a plan B. Your ability to enjoy life as it unfolds during the holiday and during the rest of the year. It's up to you, babe. It's up to you what you enjoy and what kind of joy you can find. And let's talk about holiday foods. It's not good to be on a diet during Christmas, and by that I mean being totally restrictive. If you want a Christmas cookie, have a Christmas cookie. Here's where we get in trouble. When we have 10, when we have 15, when we have 20. When you're taking those little Lindt balls and say, oh, I love these vanilla ones. Maybe I'll have a milk chocolate one too. Now, oh, that tastes so good. I'm going to have more and more and more. And here's something else. On a day where you're going to a party, don't have lunch that day. Like tomorrow night, we're going out to dinner. It's our we met 33 years ago tomorrow. Well, actually 34. And we met at Rosie's, and it's now closed. And so we're going to go out and celebrate that, but we're not going to have lunch, so we can have a better time tomorrow night. Have everything you want, but in moderation. Moderation. And still drink those 8-ounce glasses of water, everybody. And don't make everything about the holidays around food. I have all these fun games that our family's going to play on Christmas after dinner. It's going to be good. Control your portions. And I've said this a million times. If you want, let's say on Christmas Day you have Italian. Let's say you have lasagna or whatever. Do you need the bread? And you say, yes, I do. Well, then do you need all the cookies too? You have to have some sort of place where you go, I'm going to draw the line here. And here's the number one thing. Don't eat something you don't like. If you start to eat it and you go, ooh, I don't really like this, don't eat it. How many times, and I will raise my hand, have you eaten something you didn't like? Plenty of time I do it. And also, another thing, put your napkin over it. Maybe they won't see it. And you go, well, they have cloth napkins. Go, blow your nose, put a Kleenex over it. Okay. The thing is, don't waste your calories on potato chips and onion dips. Save it for something better. Save it for something better. Weigh in. I suggest next Thursday is what? December 26th?
Yes.
I suggest you weigh in Christmas morning before you have any of the food and see what it is. And then you weigh in like maybe 4 or 5 days later. And then just kind of keep it in track. Lean protein, have plenty of protein, eat a healthy breakfast. It's so funny, we bought this special oatmeal at Costco, and it was called Warrior Oatmeal. It was the best oatmeal I've ever had in my life. It had all this protein, all the seeds, and all this great stuff. So I said to Bob, we got to get more. So he's, Ellen, I'm at Costco. There's no more Warrior Oatmeal. So I go on their website. I looked everywhere. Guess what? They're not making it anymore. So I don't know. They must have said, hey, Costco, we're not making this. You want it? But does that ever happen to you where you fell in love with a product and never had it again? So I cried a little bit over that. But anyway, have a healthy breakfast. Put it on a plate. You think it doesn't count if you're walking around shoving it in your mouth? Do you only write stuff down that you sit down? Just standing and walk? I see so many people walking down the street eating a burger. I'm like, I have never walked. I can barely walk. Give me walking. I don't want to walk and eat at the same time. You know, they're like walking and eating. I don't do that. Also, satisfy a craving with a few bites. You know, if you want something and you don't, you know, just have a little bit of it and savor every bite. No one wants to hear you whining about your weight when you're eating 20 cookies. Oh, I shouldn't be eating this. No one wants to hear that. Eat it with honor or shut up. You know what I mean? Okay, Bob, I'm going to stop right there.